We will do this if I can get this person in here. We'll jump off the good foot and do the bad thing, as they say.
Have you guys ever seen these?
Look at that.
What are they?
What the heck is that? Lotus?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Biscoff.
Yeah.
Lotus biscuits, but I've got chocolate.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hungry.
Well,
how did you know I was on a diet again?
It is 990 WBOB, also kjagradio.com, and coming soon, the Transmedia Worldwide app, which we're going to call it something else because that's way too long for the App Store. And it is International Live. It is Jigman Freud and Danny D in the building, as they say, and hanging with us as a carryover from our Sunday radio program, Jaybird Wells and Samantha. I always feel bad when I said Jaybird Wells and then Samantha Lavelle because it always rhymes. Yeah. And I don't like the rhyming. But we are we are going to go to our we are going to go to our first guest. She joins us here on our big broadcast. Ruth, how are you, my friend?
I'm all right, thank you.
So, Ruth, tell me and the gals and Mr. Danny D a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a singer-songwriter. I live in the UK, in Somerset, and I just recently released a new song called Brave Ships. I don't know, what do you want to know?
Everything.
How long have you been writing and singing music?
I think I started writing songs when I was little. It was always kind of an instinct for me, even when I was really, really young. And then my mum bought me a keyboard when I was, I don't know, about 11 or something. And I used to sit and write songs in my bedroom. You know, it was always just, it was just a natural thing.
Oh,
was it about... Sorry.
Have you got any big influences? Sorry.
Not any. There's no one that like consciously influences me. You know, like it's kind of life and love and experience and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sorry, Samantha.
Oh no, that was Jay. That was
Jay. You had something. You had something for Ruth. Go, my friend.
I was just going to ask, were you writing, you said you were 11 years old, were you writing about boys or dolls, or what were you writing about?
God, it's a good question, man. I wasn't writing about boys or dolls. You know, I think I was writing really obscure lyrics. I remember it was kind of like pulling lyrics out of the dream time, you know, like they'd be quite surreal, I think. Yeah, even more surreal than they are now. I don't think my lyrics are that surreal now. It tends to be a sort of narrative of some kind now. But yeah, it was quite poetic, I think.
Have you kept any of that work from back then? Just no.
No, it was lost, and I really went away. It wasn't like I knew what direction I was going in. I kind of fell back into music in my 20s, and I had a wonderful relationship with a composer called Eddie Chilvers, and he really encouraged me and really kind of said, you know, you've got a gift, you've got to follow this, and he encouraged me to learn the guitar, and it was a real time of kind of blossoming then, I think, in my 20s.
Wow.
That's awesome. So,
do you do much visuals, music videos, stuff like that?
Yeah.
We did. I got a background in film. I was a bit of a filmmaker for a while. So, although actually it's not necessarily, not necessarily my thing now. But we did make a music video for Brave Ships, and it was kind of a collaboration with an old friend. But my friend Paul was doing with the camera work, which was beautiful, out on the beach, and I was just kind of dancing around.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about Brave Ships before we play it here on International Live.
So Brave Ships, I wrote it the year before last now. So it's quite a while in the making. And it was around the time, I don't know how big Extinction Rebellion was over there for you guys in the States, but there was a lot of activity around that time, and I was feeling it quite deeply. I was feeling about like our situation as the human race, you know. It was quite kind of existential stuff that was going on for me, and feeling a lot of love from the planet and feeling a lot of grief about what was going on. And I wrote this song. I was inspired by a writer that I love called Clarissa Pinkola Estes. I don't know if any of you have heard of her. She's an amazing storyteller from Mexico. I think she's from Mexico. And yeah, and so it's kind of a song where I wanted it to be, people take hope from it, but it's not like hope that's like, oh, everything's going to turn out all right. It's not about that. I wanted it to be kind of redefining hope, and it's more about finding purpose, finding meaning in your life. Like when you show your soul, that's kind of what it's all about, and there is hope in that somehow.
Awesome.
Like,
awesome.
Grumpy.
Yes.
Well, we have got with us today UK singer-songwriter Ruth Blake. She has an invigorating single. It's called Brave Ships. We are going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to put her on hold here on International Live, and we are going to go to Brave Ships. And it is right now here on International Live. We're going to see if we can go to the song. We're juggling all sorts of different things here. So, good Lord, it is it's a lot. So here we go.
Hey, when we started out, we were all sweet, innocent, and bright. Hey, now we're coming back around. Dragons on the wave singed a few hairs. Sometimes you know I lose sight of all of you other ships braving the night. Sometimes you know I get scared of reaching for a hand to find it's not there. Reaching for a hand to find it's not there. Hold on, waves are coming in. Stand firm, waves will come, another one and another one. Hold strong, mighty souls were born for storms like these. For storms like these. Remembering, hey, when we started up, yeah. We were all sweet, innocent, and bright, yeah. And hey, now we're coming back around, hey, yeah. We're ragged at the edges, dragged back through it. Sometimes you know I lose sight, yeah, of all of you other ships braving the night, yeah. And sometimes you know I get scared, yeah, of reaching for a hand to find it's not there. Reaching for a hand to find it's not there. Hold on, waves are coming in. Stand firm, waves will come, another one and another one. Hold strong, mighty souls were born for storms like these. remember your soul. Remember who you are and why you came. Remember who you are, oh, remember your soul. And though we always do our best, but it never seems to be enough, and we're losing everything. And everything's so hard, waiting through the dark parts of the heart, still we're losing everything. And God is such a mess, so much suffering, feels like I'm trying to bail us out with a teaspoon. But it's not just me, there's a whole fleet coming up behind, and it's what we're here for. No, it's not just me, there's a whole fleet coming up behind, and it's what we're built for. Cause if the ocean was calm every day, you would never find the courage of the man who was drowning. If you never burnt down to the ground, you could never rise up from the ashes you were down in. If you wanna know more, push up from the shore without the promise of a happy ending. If you wanna know love, bow down to the shadow of the truth that you've been defending. If you wanna know love, bow down to the shadow of the truth that you've been defending. If you wanna know love, just do what you do. Just be what you are, imperfectly you. It's the world you were meant for. Just do what you do. Just be what you are, imperfectly you. It's the world you were meant for. Keep on doing what you do. Just be what you are. It's the world you were meant for. Keep on doing what you do. Just be what you are. It's the world you were meant for. Hold on, waves are coming in. Stand firm, waves will come, another one and another one. Hold strong, mighty souls were born for storms like these. For storms like these. So remember your soul. Remember your soul. Remember your strength. Remember your deepest tears. Remember your fire. And know that you're needed here. Oh, remember your soul. Remember your soul. Push off from the shore and keep your head above the water. Look around and celebrate all those who are there with you. We are brave ships sailing the wide waters of the unknown.
That is Ruth Blake. That is Brave Ships. And Ruth joins us today here on International Live. We're going to go back to the... we go back to Ruth Blake.
I think...
There they are.
Hey.
So, Dan, Ruth Blake, Jaybird Wells, and apparently Oleg from the Italian-Russian metal band have checked in and joined us here as well. It's like a jamboree here. So Ruth, Brave Ships. What's been the feedback you've gotten on this song?
Yeah, people are really feeling it deeply, actually, which is amazing. I think people, I mean, obviously because there's been the pandemic, and
Yes.
It wasn't written during the pandemic, but it feels relevant now more than ever. So I think as things have gotten more and more difficult and challenging for people, I think that they're finding that they can really, they're feeling really connected to the song, for sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Have you done any live streaming or anything like that, Ruth?
Not really.
No?
last year I did a tiny bit. I've not massively kind of connected to it yet.
Sure.
It's a whole new thing.
What's your 2021 sort of looking like? Did you have much planned prior to the year started, or were you just keeping it completely open and seeing what's happening with everything that's going on?
Keeping it open. Last year, there was I had quite a lot of gigs cancelled.
Yeah.
And it just didn't really feel right to even book anything. I don't know why. It didn't. I guess.
Well, people have, and they've all been cancelled, haven't they? So I think it's a wise move.
Yeah, I'm focusing on what I want to do is record the rest of the album. So I've been setting up a studio in my basement. That's the first time that I've ever had my own little recording facility at home. So I'm kind of hoping it's going to speed things along with, because the producer that I work with, he's up in Manchester, which is about 3 hours away. So we're hoping that it will kind of speed up that process a little bit.
Are you having to soundproof your studio, or what are you doing?
I've kind of, I've put some acoustic foam, and we put a carpet in, and we kind of done some stuff just to try and reduce the reflecty, echoey noises. Technical terms there. Yes, so we've done our best. It's not like a professional thing, but I think it should be all right. And we're in the basement anyway, so the walls are quite thick and stuff. So
that's great.
Well, can I ask a question?
Yes, go, Oleg.
Well, not so long ago, I saw that one of my friends, he is in California, and he attends performances. So musicians are let to play live in US. As far as I saw his story in Instagram. In Britain, do officials let for artists perform, for musicians, I mean? Can you make gigs now?
No.
At the moment, no, we're in total lockdown.
So in Russia, we are permitted to make 50% of the audience. So we were 25%, now we are let to make 50%.
I see. Yeah, no, we're all just in our houses.
It's disaster for everybody. Yeah.
Well, Ruth, you have been a very fun guest today. That song is amazing. I thank you for being on with us today. And Ruth, but before we let you go, my friend, how do we get a hold of you on social media, websites, buy your music, everything?
Yeah, my handle on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and stuff is Ruth Blake Music, all one word. I've got Bandcamp, YouTube, so you can just search me, Ruth Blake. I've got a website, ruthblake.com. So I'm really easy to find, I think. You can search Brave Ships, Ruth Blake, and
awesome.
I'm sure it will come.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ruth.